Thank you for joining us on this Friday, February 28th, live from the Beasley Media Complex in Boone. This is the Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Anna Muckenfuss.
And I'm Katie Garceron. Voters not affiliated with a party in Watauga County can still vote in the primaries. According to the Watauga County Board of Elections, the county has over 19,000 unaffiliated voters. People registered as unaffiliated can choose to vote Democratic, Republican, or Libertarian. Matthew Snyder is the director of the Watauga County Board of Elections. He says unaffiliated voters need to participate so they can help determine what candidates we see in the fall. Sample ballots can be found on the Watauga County website, and one of the 7 voting sites is in the Blue Ridge Ballroom in the Student Union. The last day for early voting in the primary is February 29th.
Speaking of elections, in anticipation of Super Tuesday, presidential candidates are descending upon North Carolina. Our correspondent John Park has the story of the current Democratic frontrunner visiting the Tar Heel State.
It was a sight to see here at Winston-Salem State University as Vermont Senator and presidential candidate Bernie Sanders held a rally just under a week before Super Tuesday, in which 122 delegates will be up for grabs here in North Carolina.
Crowds gathered outside the Gaines Center on Thursday morning in hopes to get a glimpse of the Democratic frontrunner Bernie Sanders. The senator made the historic trip to the HBCU campus before Super Tuesday next week. Amy Mepham, an attendee, says that she believes Sanders can win the contested state.
You know, I think he does. I think he's polling really well, and I think that he's really emerging as the front runner after really strong wins in Iowa, Nebraska, and Nevada.
Sanders is well known for his progressive stances that make up his platform. His supporters, like Art Morissette, believe that these are the most important issues this election cycle.
Well, I'm his age, so Medicare for all is really important, not just for people who have Social Security or Medicare. It should be for everyone.
Inside the rally, smiles and dancing were abundant as a DJ and several speakers kept the 1,400 capacity crowd excited about Bernie Sanders before his appearance. After strolling out onto the stage, Sanders made the case as to why he's the candidate to defeat Donald Trump.
The reason we're going to win here in North Carolina is because we have the strongest grassroots movement of any campaign in modern American history.
During his standard stump speech concerning the legalization of marijuana, Medicare for all, and student loan debt cancellation, Sanders notably drew cheers on his stance on the mass incarceration of young black men in the U.S.
Today, we have more people in jail, disproportionately African American, Latino, and Native American, than any other country on earth.
After the rally, Bernie and supporters made a short march from the Gaines Center to the early voting site on WSSU's campus to encourage attendees to vote. One of the early voters was Hollis Giles, a student at the university. He remarked on how important it is for students to actually go out and vote.
You know, I feel as though by us coming out and voting, we're showing everybody that your vote does matter, even though you're young. And I just think it's a good idea to come out and vote, support your politicians, and work towards making a change in some way, shape, or form.
Sanders is currently neck and neck with former Vice President Joe Biden in North Carolina, as reported by a Meredith College poll. The poll has Bernie Sanders at 20% over Biden at 18%. In Winston-Salem for the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm John Park.
A bicyclist was taken to the hospital on Monday after colliding with a motorcycle on River Street. App State Police and Boone Fire responded to the crash at the intersection in front of Peacock Hall before noon. Amber Stanley Smith responded to the scene. She says that the motorcyclist was trying to turn left onto River Street when he collided with a biker. Stanley Smith says she is investigating the cause of the crash.
Watauga County could be next in line to pass Second Amendment sanctuary resolutions. 50 counties in North Carolina have already adopted these resolutions. Connor Hoy is a junior history major. He started a petition to make Watauga a sanctuary county. He says this would mean the county would not dedicate resources, funding, or personnel to support any state or federal gun control. He says this would include red flag laws and universal background checks. Hoy has over 200 signatures on the petition. Carson Jennings is a senior political science major. He says the petition doesn't have enough signatures to make an impact on the county. According to Change.org, Hoy's petition would need 500 signatures to incite action. Watauga's neighbors Ash and Avery recently became Second Amendment sanctuaries.
Late Monday morning, buildings surrounding Depot Street were left without power. A transformer outside Walker Hall on the corner of River Street and Bodenheimer Drive was reportedly smoking when first responders arrived on the scene. The Boone Fire Department, Appalachian Police, and New River Light and Power crews were on the scene within minutes of the outage. A firefighter said that New River Light and Power was able to remotely turn off the transformer and restore power to the affected buildings less than 20 minutes after the incident was first reported. It is the second power outage in 2 weeks on Appalachian State's campus.
App State men's basketball took on Texas State on February 8th. This game was a thriller to the end. With 19 seconds left in the game, Justin Forrest hit a clutch go-ahead three to give the Mountaineers the win, 60-57. Forrest finished with 14 points, and O'Shawn Williams led all scorers with 19. Last night, App State took on Georgia State. The Mountaineers did not have quite as much luck as they did the game before and fell to the Panthers 76-65. App State now sits at 14-12 on the season and 8-7 in conference play.
Hi everyone, I'm Zanarine Lopez here with your COVID-19 update for Boone, North Carolina. App Healthcare identified 2 individuals in Watauga County with COVID-19 in a press release Tuesday. The first individual is a Watauga County resident with travel history. App Healthcare is currently investigating their close contacts. The other case involves an individual who resides elsewhere but is in isolation in Watauga County. Close contacts for this individual are now in quarantine. These 2 positive cases brought the total number to 6. However, a 7th case was discovered April 1st. The 7th individual had travel history and is recovering. Local health department staff have identified close contacts who have been quarantined. Watauga Medical Center is preparing for more cases of coronavirus with a new 20 isolation beds. Additionally, a tent was set up in the parking lot of the medical center for possible future needs. Vicki Stevens, Appalachian Regional Healthcare Systems media contact, says, quote, ARHS is working closely with local partners and agencies to monitor the daily changes with the COVID-19 pandemic and will adjust our response and capacity as needed in collaboration with those partners, end quote. As of April 3rd, there are 2,093 cases in North Carolina and 19 deaths. Watauga County currently has 7 cases. There is now 1 positive case in Ashe County, according to an App Healthcare press release. The individual had close contact to someone with a travel history. The health department identified all the individual's close contacts who are now in quarantine. In the press release, Jennifer Green, health director for App Healthcare, said, quote, we have been preparing should we see a positive case of COVID-19 in Ashe County. Now that we have a positive case, we will continue to work diligently to protect the public's health. It is our top priority and we will work to keep the community informed. The release also stated that App Healthcare is working with local agencies to protect the health of Ashe County residents. Now we go to our reporter Anna Muckenfuss, who is more on Boone Police adjusting their protocol in response to COVID-19.
Thanks, Zanira. Watauga Medical Center may be making some adjustments, but so is the Boone Police Department. To protect officers and citizens, police protocols have been adjusted to maximize social distancing. According to a press release issued by the department, any and all reports made will be assessed to see if an in-person officer response is necessary. Dana Crawford is the Boone Police Chief. Crawford says that any changes to protocol are to reduce the possibility of spreading coronavirus in the community.
If we have an officer answer a call and there's a potential exposure there, then they go to a wreck scene and they're potentially exposing the next guy. So we're trying to limit just so some of those non-essential functions that where we can to protect the public.
Speaking of police, the Watauga County Sheriff's Office is enforcing an executive order made by Governor Roy Cooper. However, the order hasn't kept people from going to popular hangout spots like the Old Dam and Trash Can Falls during warmer weather. Lynn Hageman is the Watauga County Sheriff. He says that the Sheriff's Office wants to make sure that people are aware that violating the executive order can result in a Class 2 misdemeanor.
2 sisters from Arendelle have made their way to Boone. Our correspondent Grace Smith has the story.
Arendelle has come to Boone with our own fairy tale princesses, Emily Rayner and Mariah McKinney. Not only are they best friends, but they cosplay as 2 sisters, Anna and Elsa from Frozen. The duo call themselves the Ice Sisters, a name given to them by Rayner's mother. McKinney says she liked the name so much, she made a sign.
And I'm the one who wrote it down on my phone, and I actually said, put the Ice Sisters. Also, Ken actually is the one put it together, actually, put us together doing that.
And we liked it. We agreed.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, we'll stick with the Ice Sisters.
Yeah.
Rayner says they attend public events in cosplay, where their main goal is to make children happy.
We do Frozen Days at Watauga County Library for all the kids. Like
And Boo Boo.
Yeah, and Boom Boo, and the Blowing Rock Festival.
And
like for the Frozen Days, we play the first movie and we sing some of the songs from it.
yeah,
at least
we'll
3.
play it too.
Yeah, and we just watch it and we sing 3 different songs from the movie.
Do you want to build a snowman? Come on, let's go and play.
Rayner and McKinney say that they feel connected to Anna and Elsa, but they can help children connect with their favorite princesses by playing the part.
I love dressing up as Anna because she kind of has the same attitude that I do.
And she's sassy like her too.
Yeah, and we do it mainly for all the little kids because they love seeing their princesses come to life.
Though these princesses are happy with being best friends, they say they will only find their happily ever after when they make a new friend to play Kristoff. Could it be you? For the Appalachian Weekly News, I am Grace Smith.
We will definitely have to go visit those Frozen sisters sometimes. That's our report this week. I'm Katie Garceron.
And I'm Hadassah Rivera.
For all of us at the Appalachian Weekly News, thank you for watching.
Have a happy Valentine's, and we'll see you next week.